All right. Well, thank you guys for having me. I am here to talk about an assignment that was showed into my daughter's classroom. I'm going to read the assignment. I do have a picture, but that's neither here nor there. It says, stand in a circle. Each of you is now gay or lesbian, and you're about to begin your coming out process. You cannot talk for the rest of this activity. I don't see how this is part of the California curriculum for education. There's nothing that it does other than groom children. It's not okay, it's disgusting, and it should not be allowed. I was told by the vice principal of Rancho the first time I called that it was not part of the curriculum. I then emailed Dr. Villarreal. He emailed me back saying, oh no, this is definitely part of the curriculum, this specific activity. Then he had one of his other vice principals call me to confirm that it was really part of this curriculum. I have tried to get into contact with Dr. Villarreal over the phone about 8 times, and just failed every single time. He has not reached out to me himself personally, other than the first email contact that we had. I've reached out to Dr. Matt Doyle. I do understand that we will be having a meeting between January 6th and the 13th, I believe. So there is that. I don't think that this assignment should ever be taught to any children. It does not do anything other than groom them. Should not be allowed. Anybody who teaches this should be fired immediately. That's all I have to say about it.
Okay, thank you. Just so that you know, if you've not spoken before, we can't respond from the dais.
I understand.
Okay, thank you.
Wow. So, Shelley, why does the school feel like they need to do this? Why are they doing this?
The short answer is because we collectively have allowed them to. We collectively, again, we have basically implicitly or explicitly given the government, if you will, the authority to tell us what to do with our children. And for many people, decades, whatever, people have been afraid. They don't want to look like they're rebels or they're agitating. They just want to go along with everything. The government says this, so I have to do it. Bullshit. Okay, these are your children, number one.
We turned off mainstream media a long time ago, and it's important to have independent media. And thanks to people like you, patriots who love America and stand for truth, we're making a difference. Together, we've turned them off, called out their lies and propaganda, and held them accountable for their disdain for God-fearing, freedom-loving Americans like us. But we can't stop by just turning them off. It's not enough. It's time to take action with our dollars. Let's make 2025 the year we double down on our commitment to values-driven choices. Vote with your dollars, support Made in America, back companies that honor our families and our country. We found an exciting way to make this switch, and we want you all to join us. Check out www.popandswitch.com and click Yes, I want to make the switch. It's that easy. It's time to walk away from corporations like Vanguard and BlackRock that undermine our principles. Let's invest in America. Let's support businesses that share our love for this country. You don't have to do it all at once, but you can start here. Join us in making this one small yet powerful step. Visit www.popandswitch.com, click the link, and schedule a call with someone from our team.
Number two, I don't know the grade that was that a quote unquote assignment. It was not an assignment. When we had assignments in grade school, the assignment said something like, you're going to be the president. You're pretending you're the vice president. You're pretending you're whatever. And then what would they do? What would you do? That's an assignment, right? That's called civics, whatever you want to call it. Right. But this is not. This is about grooming. It also assumes that when that little bit that was shown, it also assumes that the children know what LGBT people do, how they come out, because it said to act it out. So that assumes that they have already been exposed to it, which they probably have through that school or through the school curriculum. That's not a curriculum. You should rip it up. That's what I would tell that father. And I would suggest, like I have been strongly suggesting, that you get your children out of public schools. One more thing I'm going to add. This is a question for our audience. How many of you actually have gone to a school board meeting? Do you know what is in your child's curriculum? How many of you actually go to the school to just sit there all day, go from class to class so that you can watch and see what's being taught? Do it. I encourage you to do it. I encourage you to show up and do it more and more, because a lot of these things are going on when you're not there. And a lot of people just don't know. Maybe you don't believe that this is happening, but these curriculums, these school boards, these districts are very clever about how they incorporate this stuff. And in some cases, like here in Maryland, they actually tell you that's what they're going to do.
And then in some, they will not give you the curriculum.
Right.
I believe there's a lawsuit going on right now where I forget which state it is, but parents asked the school for the curriculum and they sued them. I think.
Because I think the lady was asking. They kept suing her for they do things like that.
They charged them for asking for the curriculum. So I mean, it's ridiculous.
Listen, you should never co-parent with the government. You should never. Uncle Sam is not a friend of yours. You know, the problem that we have is that, we have to work hard in order to provide nice things. So there was a level of trust that we had between people who provide education to our children, teachers, and that kind of thing. Because when you think about it, you think back to your teachers. My teachers were amazing. I had Dr. Budabal. He was legally blind. He taught us physics. Took us to, Kennywood Park in Pittsburgh and rode the roller coasters. You scream at the top and you hear it when you get to the bottom. That's how I learned about sound waves. Do you know what I mean? You have amazing teachers who actually help shape and mold you. We still have some amazing teachers, but we also have some bad actors who are definitely shaping and molding our children. When you look in the uptick of children who are saying that they're quote unquote transgender, or suddenly gay, little girls who go from Barbie straight to playing with the neighborhood girls. There's something amiss. And when you can't put your finger on it, I'm with you, Shelley, on this point. Look at who they spend the most of their time with. Right? This activity that the teachers wanted to do assumes a lot. When you read the assignment, he or she has been talking to these kids about this LGBTQIA, LMNOP, alphabet warrior bullshit for a long time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For a very long time.
Well, that's supposed to be the base now. I mean, that's the baseline. They believe that this trans, LGBT, all of it is part of the base and should be taught right alongside heterosexual stuff.
Well, they're trying to normalize abhorrent behavior.
Yeah.
Listen, I think we started to lose the culture war when you would hear people say, well, what you do in your bedroom is none of my business. Absolute truth. What you do in your bedroom is none of my business. But when you bring your bedroom to the schoolroom, when you bring your bedroom to the boardroom, then we've got problems. No one should be forced to celebrate your sexuality. No one should be forced to celebrate your sexuality. I'm waiting on straight month. Girl, we're going to show out. I guess the rainbow's taken. We got to pick something else, maybe some neon. But we have to stop this fragmenting of our culture. It does no one any good.
Right.
Because it started off small. We just want to be recognized as human beings. You're human just like I'm human. You got different choices, go with God. Then let us get married. Listen, if that's your thing, jump in. Let us adopt children. Okay, now we're adopting children. Now it's bow down.
Right.
Bow down.
Right.
You, give them a little bit. And I don't think, I'm a friend to many, many gay people, many, many gay people. The problem is not your everyday gay person, but it's the activist class.
Exactly.
That considers themselves kicking doors in for the greater good. The greater good is minding their damn business.
I remember most of my teachers' names from grade school to high school and certainly in college. My 6th grade math teacher, he was gay as a bird, wore a suit and a tie every day, but he's the one that I know and I can remember. I don't want to say his name because hopefully, whatever, but Mr. X, I'll say, he taught us math. He was the one that taught us that if the government owes you a check, if you get a refund check every year, then you pay too much in your taxes.
Yep.
I still remember that. That was 6th grade. Never was his gayness an issue, if you will. We just knew he was gay because, the culture things, like he was too, the way he walked.
Yeah.
But we didn't talk about it in class, and he certainly didn't introduce us to anything in class. We learned math. We called him Mr. It was respect. He called us whatever, Johnny, Jill, whatever our names were. You do your math. You better learn math. You had no choice but to learn math in his class, right? You take your butt home for the day. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Let me get some of the super chats here. We do have some super chats I want to acknowledge. Thank you guys so much. All right, let's see here. We have King Deuce with the $20 super chat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Says, ladies, you are loved, respected, and protected.
Oh,
Keep up the
that's so
good
wonderful.
fight. Black men need you more than
Oh,
ever.
that's
That is
so
so
sweet.
sweet.
Thank you.
For sure.
Oh,
All
that is so
right.
sweet.
Yes, thank you so much. All right, we have Praneet with the $5 super chat. Says, watching on Rumble, they will never surrender. Never surrender. Yes, indeed. All right, our Rumble crew. Thank you guys so much. Keep up the super chats. We certainly appreciate it. It goes a long way in helping us produce conservative content. And hit that like button, guys.
For sure.
We have so
Hit
many
it.
people watching. We don't
Smash
have
it.
the same amount of likes, so we got to get the likes up, folks. Get those likes up. Smash that like button.